Hello friends, so today we can discuss a problem based on range queries. It's a problem from CODECHEF named Cherry and Bits. So we can discuss the logic first and also the question and the code as well. So stay tuned. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I post these types of video daily. So let's begin. Cherry has a binary matrix A consisting of n rows and n columns. Okay, the rows are numbered from 1 till n and columns are numbered from 1 till n. And what you have to do here is, because it's a binary matrix, all elements of A are either 0 or 1. Okay, now you have to perform q queries on the matrix, and each query is provided by these four integers x1 y1 x2 y2, which define the rectangle. The x1 y1 stands for the coordinate of the top left cell of the rectangle, while the x2 y2 stands of the coordinate for the bottom right cell. And what you have to do here is, you have to flip all the bits like from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, which is located fully inside this query rectangle. Okay, so then you have to print out the matrix after performing all the queries. Okay, so first we're gonna understand how we can do a query on a 1D matrix or 1D array, and then we're gonna do it for 2D array. Okay, so let's understand what the question statement is according to a 1D array. Let's assume that you have a 1D array in which there are some bits. Okay, and now what I have to do here is, I have q queries in which in every query what I did here is, I will flip the bits. In the first query I will flip the bits in this segment. Then in the next query I will flip the bit in this segment. Then let's assume that the whole segment. Then only this segment, and so on. Now you cannot do all these queries, because for every q query you have to iterate over the whole array, and then it will be q into n, the size of the array. So, but what you can do in this range query is, because you want to flip, or actually the question can also be, you want to add x number in this subarray and then in this subarray and this subarray. So how you can do it? So the simple answer can be, you just make another array of this size, and then let's assume that you want to do a query, or you want to flip the bits in this subarray. So it starts from this. So what you'll do, you will add 1 to this block, the starting point of this subarray, and ending at this. So because you have to take this whole subarray, you will end at this point, and you will add a -1 at this point. I'll tell you how this will work. So let's assume that I will tell you with a simple example first to make it more clear. Let's assume that this is an array of everything which is 0 initially, everything which is 0, and then what you are given here is that you have to add 1 to this subarray. Now if you want to add 1 to this subarray, then you can iterate over the whole subarray and add 1 to it. That's also fine. But what you can do, if you add 1 at the starting of the subarray and -1 at the 1 plus of the subarray, the subarray is from this to this, three blocks, but I will add -1 at the 4th block. Now what you can do here is iterate from left to right, and if you find out some value, take this value, continue adding it to the next value continuously. Okay, so let's assume that I have some variable sum which is initialized to 0. Okay, now I will iterate from left to right. I will check that okay, sum is 0 at this point. Okay, now if I check 1, I will add this to sum. So now okay, sum will become 1, sum will stay on 1 because there is no change. Now at this point there is some change in which I will add this to sum, it will become -1, and then it will add -1 to it, it will again become 0, and then it will be 0 and 0, so on. So now as you have seen, I have just changed this subarray and make it equal to 1, all the numbers in this subarray equal to 1. How it is done? Because I have taken the starting point, and because I have to do it till this point, I will add a -1 till this point, such that when I will go from left to right, I will keep on adding 1 to this subarray, and whenever I will reach past of this subarray, I will add -1, such that okay, now I don't have to add this. So that's the logic to add a summation, or you can extend the same logic to flip the bits, because if it is like you can add 1 to all these numbers. So if it becomes like, if I add 1 to it, it will become 1. If it become 2, I will make it equal to 0, because like mod it with 2, it will become 1, it will become 0, and so on. So you can extend the same logic for 2D array, and which what you have seen here is you just make another array and then add, if you want to do a summation in this or flip the bits in this, just add 1 and minus 1. If you want to do a summation in this, just add 1 and minus 1 at this point. Then if you want to do a summation in this, just add 1 at this point and then minus 1 at this point. Like, it is out of bound, but you have to add minus 1. If you add like in this point, so this is this, add 1 to it and minus 1 here. Now it will add some points at every block. Now keep on going your sum from left to right and add all these values which we have given at these every point, and then you will actually do a flip according to every query, and in the end you can go to every query in like O of n and then find out the last state. I hope you understand. You do all the q queries and you can find out the last state of the after doing all these queries. So that's the logic for if you do it in like a 1D array. But can you extend this logic in a 2D or matrix? Yes, you can. I'll tell you how. Let's assume that you have some matrix. Okay, now you want to, let's assume there are some bits in this matrix 1 0. I'm not drawing it out, but let's assume that I want to flip this rectangle. Okay, so if I want to flip all the bits in this rectangle, I'm actually given the coordinate of this, actually this point and this point in the question. So what you can actually do here is, let's first extend this or break it down into 1D arrays. If it is a 1D array, let's assume that because I have to flip every bit in this, so this is a 1D array, this is a 1D array. So if I want to flip all the bits in this 1D array, what will I do? I will add 1 at the starting point and minus 1 at this point. Then 1 at the starting point and minus 1 at this point. I hope you understand this. So this can be seen that, but if I do this for every row, 1 at this point, 1 minus 1 at this point, then it will be like a very long. So it will again turn out to be O of n. But let's assume that you are noticing that if I do this operation, if I add 1 to this, 1 to this, 1 to this, this is actually also, we are doing a range query. What does this mean? Because let's assume that this is a array. After doing this range query, everything is added 1 now. So now take this as an array. I'm taking this as the array in the start. Now take this as an array and assume that I have done some range query, and after doing this range query, this has become 1. Can I do this in a shorter form? Yes. How you can do this in a shorter form? If I somehow added 1 at the start and minus 1 at this point, in the initial point I can do a range query from top to bottom, and then I have marked out how many bits I want to make 1. And in this, but now it is -1. So how we can do it here? So the same, you just flip it out, add -1 at this point and 1 at this point, and remove these points. I hope you understand this logic. So what you are actually doing here is, you are actually making everything -1 1, like 1 minus 1. So what you are actually doing here is, so in the start, and also it is not 1 here, it is actually 1 will be here. Okay, so why? Because 1 will be added to this point and 1 will be added to this point. So like I have to do like 1 and 1 both in both sides. Okay, so it will be like this at this point, like it will be x1 y1. So what does this mean? This actually means here is that I have to add, if I given x1 y1 and x2 y2, which is the x1 y1 is this point and x2 y2 is this point, what I can startingly do here is, I can at this point x1 y1 I will add 1, and at x2 plus 1 and y2 plus 1 I can also add 1. because these will mark our ending points of 1, and I will add -1 at this point and this point, sorry, at this point. Okay, now what first I have to do here is will do, so as you can see, after marking all these things, I have to iterate over the whole array one by one. So because this is, we have to do a range query from row wise, but to make it like this row wise, I have to first make it column wise, because to make this row wise, I have done some column wise operations. To reduce this row wise operations, I have done some column wise operations. So what will I do? First I will iterate over the columns from top to bottom in every column, and I do this form in which if I see 1, I will add 1, and if I see -1, I will subtract 1, and do this for every column. After doing this column, it will again build like this in the initial phase. After doing like this, it will become like this. I will tell you how. It will become like this, in which there is 1 in the 1 here, -1 here, -1 here. Because I have done like column wise iterations, so it will become like this now. Because I will be having 1 here and -1 here. So I have done column wise iteration over everything. Whenever there is 1, I will add 1. So it will be like 1 here and -1 here. So when I have done column wise in here, it will all become 1, 1, 1. It will -1, so it will vanish out. So it is not -1 here, it is 1 here actually. So that's here. And then after making this, I will do a row wise iteration in which I will flip all the bits in this here. I hope you understand this point. And then like this whole array or this whole rectangle gets flipped, and I will do the same operation for every other Q queries which are given. I have to just mark out these 4 coordinates in O of 1 in every query, and in the end, after doing all the queries, I have to iterate over first column wise and then row wise to find out the last final resulting array. So that's the logic for the question itself. Let's move on to the code part now to make it even more clear. So this is the A and this is B. I have made it global. You can also make it like locally. So in which what I had done here is actually first take the input of all the, because it is in character form, take the input in number form, and then what you actually did here is for every query, like subtract 1 because it is 1 index, but I have to do it for 0 index. Then for x1 y1 I will add for x2 plus 1 and y2 plus 1, and for x1 y2 plus 1 we have to subtract 1, and for x2 plus 1 and y1 we have to subtract 1. So this is a range query which I will done for every query. Then I will iterate over all the columns, and what I will do, I will not start from the starting point. Actually I can either take a sum variable, because let's assume that I am actually heading 0 here, because like in the initial array of this, when I did this is 0, this is 0 9 initially, everything is 0, and I have done some range query in which I have added 1 here and -1 here. So because it is 0 only, we don't have to do anything, just iterate over from this point, from the first point, and add the last point to this. Take this point, add the last point to this, because it is just prefix sum type of thing. Okay, it's just prefix sums. And after doing this prefix sum, we are do for the first column wise, as you have seen I am doing for the column wise, and then I will do for the row wise. And then after doing all this, we got the final array, but the final matrix, the final matrix will be having numbers, but we want it to be in bit form. So what you can do here is you will iterate over the whole matrix again and check that okay, if the reversal of the bit, if the number at this position is even, which means that okay, I have done some range queries, and after that also we have to at this point, at some coordinate or at some block, I have done some range query such that okay, I have done one range query which is this big block, and then this small range query. So for the first range query, this bit will flip one time, and then for the next range query, this bit will flip again one more time. So it will be flipped 2 times, which means that it will not change, it will become the same bit. So what does this mean? I will not do anything. That's what I'm going to do. If this bit position mod 2 is equal to 0, then we don't do anything, we just print out this like bit in the original form. But if this bit is some odd, then I will flip this bit. I'm just flipping this bit and then giving the output. And then we'll do it for the whole matrix and then output the answer. I hope you understand the logic as well as the code. Still have any doubts, please mention down. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Keep coding. Bye.